Hi, I'm Christina.
I'm Alex.
I'm Carmen.
And we are Group 9 from the United States side of our Global Information Systems project.
Hi, I'm Priya.
Hi, I'm Alvin.
Hi, I'm Aruna. Today we are going to do a paper prototype for Chevrolet US website and Singapore website with regards to color scheme and design layout.
Through our analysis of both the Singaporean and United States versions of their website, we found that Chevrolet uses very different methods in trying to communicate their information.
We saw that in the US website, the tone was a lot more informal versus a Singaporean website where the tone was a lot more formal. We also saw that in the US website, they were more insistent upon a Chevrolet culture while even having a tab for Chevy culture. And the US website also used the word Chevy rather than Chevrolet, whereas the Singapore website was a lot less insistent on the culture and used the word Chevrolet.
We also found that on the United States version of the website, they were very more focused on using visuals to communicate their information rather than just text. On the Singaporean website, the content is very text heavy and all the information is delivered in writing.
We also saw that on the Singaporean website, the visuals were a lot less interactive than the visuals on the US website. In the US website, the visuals had a lot more people on them, which showed that there was more interaction between people and the Chevy cars, which we thought was helpful in portraying the experience. And so on the other side of that, the Singaporean website was a lot more informative, like Alex just said.
So after further analysis of both the Singaporean and United States websites, our group decided to make a list of suggestions to help make the Singaporean website more trustworthy based off of the United States website. We felt that the tone on the Singaporean website should stay professional, but the content should be more personalized. So for example, on the United States website, they have their own section called ownership, and then there's little parts in there that say make your Chevrolet my membership, and give the user a much more personalized experience rather than on the Singaporean website. That kind of section does not exist.
Our next recommendation is for the Singaporean website to have more visuals. We think that this would help the Singaporean website interact more with its audience, and it would do this by being more interactive. So instead of just having text versus visuals, the Singaporean website should have more visuals, including people. And this way, it would act more like the American website by having more interactions between people and cars, which would tap into the audience's emotions better.
To make it more localized, we recommend to add more local pictures with local backgrounds. We also recommend to add more videos to make it more interactive for the viewers. The next thing that we'll be taking a look at would be the options available on the website. The first problem is that they're not colorful or attractive that allows for repeated visits from the viewers. The next problem is that the first and the last option, they are related, however they are still placed far apart. Lastly, the options are actually placed without any order of importance. The first thing we'll look at is the navigation bar. This is the original navigation bar for the Singapore website. If we bring the mouse over to the Chevrolet range, we will just see the names of the different available Chevrolet models. As you see, the navigation bar has been changed according to the US website. We also have renamed the options. What was previously known as the Chevrolet range is now known as cars, and if I actually click on it, we will be able to see the different models of Chevrolet together with the model's picture and the prices. The next thing that we'll be taking a look at would be the pictures on the Singapore website. They are not taken in Singapore, and also there are no videos available for viewers. Our first recommendation would be to make the options more colorful and attractive. The second recommendation would be to group related options together. And lastly, to place the options in order of importance. For example, customer service would be an important priority for potential and current customers. This is the current layout at the bottom of the website in Singapore. Firstly, we have changed the layout to make it more globalized. We have added things like social media elements, for example, Twitter and Facebook. We have brought down the legal elements from here to the bottom of the website. And lastly, this website also allows for a change of language. However, the options available are more of the local languages in Singapore, for example, Malay, Tamil, and Chinese. On the US website, the company's name Chevrolet is not written under the logo. Under the car options, all the cars are shown under one general category. We have now added Chevrolet brand under the logo. When we click on Cars option, the drop-down shows various cars under different categories, for example, luxury and green.
Now we'd like to discuss what metaphors exist, as Sheng defines them in his article, as part of the interface of both the global and local Chevy websites. Sheng discusses the idea of iconography and certain types of schema for how one interacts with a website and how this relates to the overall experience for the user. Though Sheng mainly references a user's experience with an operating system on a computer, we will discuss how the user experience is presented differently on the two Chevy websites. On the Singapore website, the content is mainly textual and is presented in a very formal way. The site structures the experience like a catalog that gives the user information about the different vehicles and about the company. This uses a metaphor that is more educational and informational, assuming that the user would prefer the website space to be used primarily for presenting more facts. There is even a tab that addresses Chevy in the news and press coverage to help establish trust by the user. However, according to our survey results, users from the US and Singapore trusted the global website more. We believe that this may be due to the fact that the global website presents a more experiential and interactive metaphor for the user. With this metaphor, the user feels more in touch with the values of the company and feels that the information and ideology presented on the site is more trustworthy. The site uses various forms of media, including videos on the homepage, as well as an order tracking system to keep the user in touch with the experience of buying a Chevy. The site even has a Chevy Culture tab, which emphasizes the globalization of the brand and the idea that when you are buying a Chevy, no matter where you are from, you are buying a part of Chevy culture even more than you are buying just the product itself. According to these observations, we have decided to make the Singapore site more experiential, visual, and localized to the Singapore culture to give a more interactive metaphor to the site, while at the same time adjusting the content of both sites to create a greater globalized effect.